I've heard of the Wom Collective, obviously everybody has. It's like they're doing massive things in London. And then I worked with a few of the members of the Wom Collective, but in a Columbia Jam about a month ago in East London. Since then, Vane got in touch and asked me if we could work together on this event, which is obviously promoting the unity between males and females, even though Wom Collective is a female thing.
I'm from Colombia, and in Colombia at the moment are happening a lot of protests, and the government and the police are killing a lot of innocent people, most of them indigenous people and vulnerable people like Afro-Colombians and students. And today we decided to do more indigenous people.
My main theme is fine arts, but it's the same, fine arts, street art, but basically here you just have to do it with a deadline. When it is in my house, and that's one painting takes me 300 hours, and here you have to do everything like maximum 8-9 hours, so it's kind of a challenge for you. Yeah, you want to say something, you have to do it fast, and it needs to look beautiful. It's more adrenaline when you do street art. And then you meet a lot of people, awesome people like Sam. I love his work. I was a big fan of him. And then we contact each other through Instagram. And he liked my work as well, and we decided to work together. This is our second collaboration.
Yeah, she said it was down here, and my work all features architecture, so to come and paint next to Trellick Tower was like a really cool opportunity for me. So I said yeah straight away.
Art is so important for mental health because I feel like sometimes it's not easy to express what we might be feeling or what's going on for us, especially if you talk about trauma. It's so hard to articulate those concepts sometimes and just general feelings about it. So art is an avenue just to express actually something that is bigger than what you might be suffering with your mental health.
I really threw myself into it. My dad was ill with cancer, and that's really when I really started making a lot more artwork, because it was my best outlet. So it's hugely important, I think, for mental health.
Art was my therapy. It kept me on the straight and narrow. If I was without that, and then I would be very mentally unhinged. If it wasn't for graph or spray painting or just art in general, I might still be like inside a psychiatric unit. I've learned how it has helped me, and giving others a platform and an opportunity to also just feel free to like have a voice and express their language, express their emotions through the format of art.
When the first lockdown came, I think it inspired a lot of people just to get out there. So I think a lot of people that used to paint, that maybe they painted a little bit when they're younger and they gave up, they all of a sudden got an inspiration just to think, do you know what, we're just going to go out and paint. And for the mental health side, for all of that kind of thing, because it definitely helps. It's like a meditation, you know, you're literally putting colours on the wall. Whether you speak to other people or not, you're out there and you're doing it, they can't really stop you because you're in the fresh air. There's not really an argument for it.
Like for example, in my practice, I do geometry. I think numbers are very good for the mind. It brings you to a state of peace, and then you can also express yourself with the art. Some mental health problems are because you cannot say what you want, you cannot express your feelings, and you feel frustrated. But when you do art, you can in a very, very subtle way, you can say what you want, you can put your heart there, and I think it's very helpful.
For me, it's definitely colour therapy. Like you're getting out there and you make, you know, and it's also keeping you active, up and down ladders, carrying things. The whole thing is definitely like a massive help on the mental health side of things.
Being able to do this as free as I want to keeps me in a childish state. I know you can't tell from looking at me, but I'm 72 years old. Is that unbelievable? It's unbelievable because it's a lie, but I'm not young. Do you know what I mean? I'm not young, and I think that this gives me the freedom to stay young.
Art is basically what kept me really sane during this time.
I believe everyone can be an artist, and this is really helpful because when you do a piece of art, when you do a line, when you start to do a drawing or like a sketch, it just helps you to leave behind a lot of stress And I feel that when you just put the colors on it and all your passion, that was going to be something really positive.
What I give myself is creativity. So I like to come out and paint, and I find that if I don't paint in a while, then I'm itching to paint. So at some point I have to come out, even if it's a little crappy piece, it doesn't even matter to me. Like, I don't even care how great the piece is. I've released that, I don't even know what it is, but I know that I need to get out and paint every now and again.
We all have different degrees of mental health, and hopefully we don't let it get too severe until we've actually found a creative outlet, because it lets you kind of tune into your true self and the greater world rather than just self and ego and our lives. You know, it's a free expression.
It's very connected.
Very.
Should be encouraged, everyone should do it, you know.
This is open to everyone, so I think that will be helpful if someone wants to come to do something like this.
Just turn up. Turn up with your paints. If we don't say that we're providing paints for everybody, then turn up with your paints and we'll find you a spot, and we'll place you next to somebody who is a bit more advanced than you, that if you have any questions to ask, you need a little assistance. And sometimes you ain't even got to ask for assistance. Someone will see, like, you know, that this is the easier way to do it, and just advise you.
Just come down to one of these events if you see it happening and introduce yourself, you know.
Just bring your paints over, and if you don't have money, we can lend you some. And everybody's welcome to come.
I would definitely recommend, if someone's feeling hesitant or apprehensive to come, just come. It's such an easy-going place.
You're only going to find out if you actually do it. So
that's right. Yeah, hands-on. Yeah, just get hands-on, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, a lot of the time, you know, there's nothing nothing reserved about knowledge or anything. You know, it's there to be shared, and it's often quite an enjoyable process to pass on, and to help one another.
I will say people to try to do more things together. It's been a really hard year, you know, and I think we really need to get in together and start to co-create, you know, and collaborate more between each other.